This is 7.2, Exponents and Exponential Functions, Problem 5 on page 428. Simplify each expression. This is very similar to Problem 4, except now we have a numerator as well as a denominator in our fractional exponent. So when you have a fractional exponent, the numerator stays where it is. The numerator is a power. The denominator is the root. So for example, in A, 25 raised to the 3/2 power. Think of that as 25 raised to the 3rd power to the 1/2 power, because 3 times 1/2 is 3/2. So the 3 stays a power, and the fraction, the 1/2, becomes a root. So it's always the denominator that comes out front. And remember, we said we don't write the 2 in front of the root. We assume that if there's nothing there, it's a 2. So that would be the square root of 16 raised to the 3rd power. The 3 stayed where it was. So start inside the parentheses. Oops, that's supposed to be a 25. So the square root of 25 raised to the 3rd power is the same as 25 to the 3/2 power. The denominator comes out front. So working inside the parentheses, we want to find out what the square root of 25 is. In other words, what goes in there twice. So 25 is 5 times 5. So the square root of 25 is 5, but we still have to raise that to the 3rd power. So 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. Part B, 27 to the 2/3 power. Again, the 3 comes out front. The denominator comes out front as the root. The power stays where it is. The numerator is the power, not a root, but a power. So the 3rd root of 27 squared is the same as 27 to the 2/3 power. We've just rewritten it to look different. So the 3rd root of 27, we're looking for something in 27 3 times. So that's 3 times 3 times 3. So the inside, the 3rd root of 27 is 3, but we haven't squared it yet. So 3, which is the 3rd root of 27, to the 2nd power would be 9. So one thing at a time. You have to take the root and then take the power. It really doesn't matter if you do the power first and then the root, but then you're working with bigger numbers. So it's much easier to break down the number first and then do the power. So part C says 16 to the 3/4. The bottom number, the denominator of the power, comes out front as the root. So the 4 becomes the root, so it's the 4th root of 64, and the 3, the numerator, stays where it was. So we're looking for, first of all, the 4th root of 64. In other words, what's in there twice. 4 times. That should be 16. Sorry. The 4th root of 16 to the 3rd power. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 16. So that's what's in there 4 times. So the inside, the 4th root of 16 is 2. And then we raise that to the 3rd power. That's the second part. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. So you have to think of as a fractional root as 2 different pieces. You've got a power on the top and a root on the bottom, and you're going to calculate them separately.